how you do your plant. Now, you could go ahead and buy plants and do what I'm about to do and break them apart and sell them in sections and distribute the overall cost. So one easy thing, one pro with plants, there's multiple ways you can go about it. So what I'm doing right here, instead of growing some plants, instead of growing this pothos, what you can do is straight up go to Home Depot. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but this plant, hanging plant, was $13. Now, the reason why I bought this is because I see there's multiple shoots coming out of the soil. And when it comes out of the soil like that, you get split them, which I'm about to do, and then put them in water. Obviously, you got to clean the roots and everything, which I'm going to use this bowl for. And I'll show you the process of doing this type of plant, because these are pretty popular. I'm going to tell you right now, side note, at Home Depot, they're starting to sell plants like this in round globes that are glass and a little bit more fancier glasses than this, and they're selling them for 20 bucks. It's just a plant in water. Selling them for 20 bucks. So why buy the plant for 20 bucks when you can make it yourself for less than maybe $10? So with that being said, some pros when it comes to plants is you can make it time efficient and low cost for startups, because out of this one plant that cost me only $13, I have 9 of these glasses and I'll be able to fill up 9 of them. So that is one pro. It can be low cost startup, and you don't have to spend the time to grow the plants. Now the one con is, say if you want to take the time and grow the plants yourselves, the biggest con of that is, again, the time. How long it's going to take for that plant to grow. I have plants that I'll put up on the screen that you can look at, where sometimes they don't do too well because you end up getting busy, things get in the way, life gets in the way, and you end up forgetting to water them, taking care of them, and you'll have plants looking like this on the screen, nice and dead and rotten looking, all yellow, that you cannot revive. And that's okay. Sometimes that's going to happen. It's going to happen more than once. And yes, you'll lose some money on that, but if you profit your ROI correctly, kind of like how I mentioned in my other video, you will be able to be okay to lose a couple plants with with some plants dying. So that's okay. And then what I'm gonna do right now, these roots, I'm gonna slowly start guiding them in. It's okay if there's still a little bit of dirt on them. That's okay. You can't get it all off. That's fine. And then you just slowly start guiding it into the container. just like this. And then you sometimes get these little tiny stragglers that don't want to go in, which is okay. And again, like I said, you'll notice some dirt in there. That's all right. Yeah, all good. And then that goes down and pushes like that. So plant number 1, done. And like I said before, the biggest con is going to be losing some plants because you forget to water them. You'll have some plants that will be stubborn depending on the type, whether it's a cacti, succulent, pothos, or whatever the case may be, whatever plant you decide to use. Sometimes it can be stubborn. That is okay. Or you'll have something kind of like this. Again, these all need clean, which is perfectly fine. But you'll have a lot of drawbacks. Those drawbacks when it comes to selling plants, the main one is going to be figuring out where you're going to sell them. Now, there's a lot of people when I sell at craft shows, they say, I can't have a plant. I have a black thumb. I'm always going to kill it. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill that plant. If it's by me, it's not going to survive. That's the biggest thing, having those type of people bringing that negativity to these beautiful plants. And what you do to counteract that is you get plants like pothos, you get plants like snake plants or bamboo or succulents and cacti that are very hard to kill and they're very low maintenance to take care of. Now, if you don't know what type of plants to use because you don't know what's easy to take care of, what's low maintenance, well, there's an app I've been using since I got started in plants. It's called Picture This. And Picture This, again, this is not no sponsor, nothing like this, because I'm a small channel. If you want me to become a bigger channel, you got to hit that subscribe button. But I use this to help me identify the type of plants. So with this one right here, what I decided to do is use Picture This, and I scanned it. And once I scan it, it tells me the type of plant. So this type of plant right here is a golden pothos. And golden pothos, if you go ahead and scroll down, it'll tell you it's easy maintenance. It'll say easy on there. It'll tell you how healthy is this plant. So when I scanned it, this plant said it was okay. Could use some improvements, which is fine, which I noticed. sense. Can't get any easier than that. Another pro is you have versatility as to how you want to go about plants. You can do what I just did. If you don't have the time, go to Home Depot, go to a garden show or garden nursery, whatever you have in your area, and buy plants that are nice and full so you could do this and separate them if you don't have the time to grow them. Now, if you do have the time to grow them, the one con is make sure you're on top of it, because if not, you're gonna have plants looking like this where they're all yellow and mushy or just plain old dead, and you lose money on buying it. Because I have that happen to me numerous times where I go ahead and buy plants, I get sidetracked with working my 9 to 5 job or hanging out with my friends or doing whatever the case may be, and next thing you know I come into my office and I'm like, why is this plant dead? Why is it not alive? Because I forgot to water it, because I forgot to take care of it. So that is one con if you are trying to grow your own plants. You got to be on top of it, make sure you have the right light, the right nutrients, the right type of water, because certain plants like certain types of water. These, they don't care what type of water. It's super easy. You can use tap water, distilled water, purified water, don't matter. Bamboo, on the other hand, it has to be distilled or purified water. If you use tap, the leaves will get green like this and they can potentially die. Now, with all that being said and wrapped up as far as how to take care of plants, you have to make sure your light is correct. I use natural light coming in from the windows. I used to use grow lights until they crapped out on me, but now I just use natural light that comes right into this window right here. I also have little local markets and stuff like that. You have to be careful and watch what you pick as where you want to sell the plants. So that can be kind of tedious. That's why it's a con and also a drawback. So to wrap up this video, to answer the final question, it is going to be how much time is worth investing in each plant. Again, it all comes down to you, what type of plant you want to hold on to, sell, or you think you have the ability to grow. It all just comes down to you. For me personally, I deal with house plants, cacti, succulents, bamboo, air plants. I have a bunch of different types of plants, different types of breeds of those plants. Now it just comes down to the season for me to be more organized. So like these I am doing for the springtime just because they make nice little gifts for Easter, March, whatever you want to call it. And when it comes towards summertime, I change these house plants. Instead of putting them in these little glass jars like this, I put them in moss so that way they can be hung outside and look like a floating plant. Now, I do different things like that. I do air plants and put them on different cups and containers or on sticks, whatever the case may be. I do different things. It all comes down to what you want to do and what makes it easier for you to manage these types of plants. If you want to go ahead and outsource these plants, just like how I did showing you right now, to make it super easy and simple, you go to your Home Depot, like I mentioned, your nurseries, and you just buy plants that look nice and full, and you separate them, you split them, and then you get multitudes of plants. Or if you want to take the time, you could learn how to grow them and create a little indoor